Okay, never mind. John Quist is with you. That's cool. So, he gives it sort of in the air with the tongue nipping in and out, and he looks around. Sulfur's heavy. Probably more volcanic activity. Due, of course, more volcanic earthquakes and what.
Was the volcano this active last time?
No, I am somewhat concerned. There is more acidity to the air than I would have expected. When we reach the under home of the deep gnomes, and he points down the path, we shall requisition their assistance that we may reach the center as quickly as possible. But for now, we are forced to simply traverse on foot.
How long do you think that would take?
It's only another hour's walk, I believe, from here. I remember seeing this structure during my first journeys, but did not have the time to stop for it.
It was an hour away. You didn't tell us this last time?
I was taking more of a back seat to you.
Oh, that's right. You were dead.
We were progressing at such haste that I didn't see the point of mentioning it. I felt the map was enough that you knew.
The map tells me nothing. I forgot out the map. Let's go.
Then it is your fault. Do not tarry. Let us be off. And he steps forward, waiting for you guys to take the lead again. And a lot of you descend downwards.
I am.
You get what?
I'm not going in the front.
No worries. So it's, yeah.
Paul, what's your perception?
15 or something.
And your stealth? I assume it's going to pick yours up.
My stealth is plus 10.
Oh, fuck it. I can take the front.
Oh, he's a rogue.
I'm a rogue.
So just as an aside, I caught some of one of the episodes of whatchamacallit there, Critical Role, and Matt Mercer there, he's doing the thing for 7 people. 2 of them were TV screens mounted on the wall. I was like, holy shit, they're doing online players. TV screens with the people's faces stamping in, I guess. Crazy business. Seeing them doing online players.
Like an actual TV or some sort
Well,
of
like an LCD screen, right? Literally an LCD screen.
Well, I'm just trying to picture, like, is there a webcam in the TV that's looking down, or is it something like this in the green room?
I have no idea. I imagine they're just watching the stream at the other end. To be honest, I imagine they're just watching the stream at the other end. Or maybe there's they got a separate cam on Matt. That's yeah, you know what I mean. And then they're piping that Skype into the TV screens or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like at the end of the day, they had LCD screens where the players typically sit. So like where you are, there's the wall, and then there's a fucking screen on. Like we just had a screen mounted where Paul's head is, and he's skyping into there.
A roll travel for work and shit like that, so I think for him to keep the game going, he has to do that.
Which makes sense.
Hey, so all stealthing in.
I rolled stealth. 19.
19 with the stealth and traversing forward. Disappearing against the red fog. The burbling lava echoing behind you as you traverse into a small tunnelway. Passing through the mugginess into more of a dry, resting heat. You can see the moisture building on the walls glistening as you proceed downwards through the tunnel. Behind you, you can hear the clodding of your compatriots as they slowly come upon the mouth of the tunnel.
We'll just see how unstealthy I am.
Proceeding through the tunnel, you have... Paul,
The type of armor I wear.
does Thoracics have dark vision?
No.
No. So proceeding into the tunnel, it becomes extremely dark. To the point that you literally cannot see anything ahead of you. You can only...
stop at that point.
Okay. Nothing has jumped out and killed you yet.
I won't go beyond, like, how are we seeing right now? Is it light still?
Yes.
Sure.
But you
I'm
have
just ahead, I'm just ahead.
You
No, I'm
actually
just,
have light stone. It
Well, I
came
give it to
with the gun.
I gave it to when you guys
the gun that Curtis gave had the light
Oh,
still
that's
attached to
right.
it.
Well, you need the gun. They can't be sneaking up
You
with
can't
the
be
lights on.
stealthing with these bright little
You
lights.
can wrap it.
We actually
Yes,
we
fine.
wrap up light stone
Or roll
with
the 20 for my
silk
stuff.
cloth.
That's
or you
fine.
wrap
That's
it to
fine.
dimmer
Quick,
again.
sorry.
But I'm not using a light stone.
20 for stealth.
20 for stealth.
I'm,
Just as an insight, you do one of these. You and hold it out over the center column, and it doesn't ignite. You let it go, and it kind of your feather just flutters away, and you watch it just fluttering around, and then an ember hits it, and it's and you're like, "Ooh." So the heat won't kill you, but a couple too many embers might ignite you in this place because of how hot it is. And how dry you are. As you sit there, you kind of do this, and a bunch of your feather matter just like blisters, or not, what's the word I'm looking for? Puffs away from you, like a dry bush.
should use coconut oil.
Sorry, you were going to ask, or you were going to say? No? Yes? You were going to, okay.
What were you gonna do, Mike?
Yeah, you were going to do something.
Gonna be stupid.
Like I said, I'm just ahead of the
You were
light.
stealthing in.
They're trying to be quiet as they're moving.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you get to the point in
And
the
like I said,
tunnel.
I'm just ahead of their light source as they're moving.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So as the light source continues and you continue creeping forward, there is a point that you see a bunch of something suddenly rush away from the light source.
I stop. Stealth. Oh, I rolled a 29.
No,
But
he's
backing
just-
away, I'm slowly backing up.
Okay. With a 29, you actually just skip back and find yourself in cover behind a small stone outcropping where the contrast shadow is blasting forward.
Everybody
Sorry.
would have been watching him.
As you guys are watching him happen, he's doing what he's doing, taking
Okay,
cover,
so we
just
take
all of a
the-
sudden, and you guys
we'll
hear
take
a
cover. Obviously got coconut oil.
a swarm of something small scurries away from the light.
I slowly take my guns out.
Okay, overhead you, stalactites rest dripping down from the ceiling, moisture pools at the base of the tunnel.
So these guys are moving up. They can see that I got my guns ready.
I take up my spy glasses.
Peeking around.
See if I can see
But
anything.
as more light appears from these guys.
Peering around, you don't see anything save for the limpid pools of sulfuric water resting in the tunnel's base.
I take my rifle and with its flashlight stone and I slowly look up at the ceiling.
Okay, you can see that there's strange, fuzzy, six-legged creatures that kind of look like a cross between a spider-mouse thing.
Spider mouse thing.
It's got a
Oh, yeah.
crustaceous.
Spider-Mouses.
It looks like a crab almost, but it doesn't run sideways. It seems to scuttle forward as it suddenly dodges out of view behind the stalactite.
Mouse.
How many of these did I see?
Just the one as you flash upwards, and it.
Mouses?
At which point, John Quist lowers your light and says,
We should probably go as quickly as possible, or we should leave the tunnel the way we came. If one of those draws blood, the rest of them will swarm on the individual.
Let's run them. We start fucking down the cave. If you guys are okay with that.
At which point he takes out his shield, but he doesn't take out his weapon.
Go.
Interesting.
Go!
Yeah, I start running.
Okay, terrific. He follows in behind you.
Try to be as quiet as I can as I run, and I roll a 13.
Fucking rails.
Well, one thing's for sure, it's not hard to be quiet in the dirt, in the dust. What is for sure is that it's also impossible to see in the tunnel, save for the few feet in front of you with your light source. The tunnel starts to twist left, twist right, and head downwards further. A lot of you rushing forward, you see the scurrying swarms rushing away from your light source, but as you are doing so, moving forward, you can hear the echoing of the scurrying and squeaking coming from behind you. As you realize that as your light source is pointed forward and you're running forward through the tunnel, the swarm is thickening behind you. and getting larger by the second.
John Bush, do they eat their own?
They do.
Good.
You pop the one, pop a round off into the swarm, and sure enough, a bunch of them just sort of whirlpool in on the one.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If I can see one on the side of us, I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Fire, yeah, absolutely. Just firing off into the swarm. Don't even bother unless you're going to check for a critical fail. I'm not worried about it. But you guys proceeding through the tunnel, blasting into the crowd of, or the swarm of creatures around you. John Quist looks back and forth and says,
Wish I thought of that.
as you guys continue running through the tunnel. What are you doing?
I will cast Gust of Darkness,
Okay.
which will push anything 5 pounds or lighter back.
Okay. With that said, you blast backwards a gust. Do you want to say you do it with your wings, or is this magic? Alright. Blasting backwards, a gust of wind rushes across the swarm, and sure enough, a river of them pours backwards, a large rift cut between them by the wind. It doesn't kill all of them.
Like Moses.
Some of them trample, yeah, a bunch of them trampled, are passed over in fact, as blood was not spilled. But what happens next suddenly takes you by surprise as everybody makes a dex check, 12 or better.
That's funny.
Fantastic. You are neither slowed down nor hurt. Did you get over 12?
I rolled like 25.
You rolled like 25? Fantastic. And you rolled shit. Alright, terrific. In that case, we'll say 7 damage as a bunch of these crustaceans grab a hold of you, flying down. A river of them seems to stream across, taking its chances against the light, barreling across and landing at your feet. A bunch of them latch onto you. You swat them out of the way and continue running, expertly managing your way through the swarm. You do the same. These are all bad! Making your way off through the darkness. As a bunch of them grab a hold of you, you rip them off. One leaves a massive scar across your face from here to your beak.
Can I shoot one of them off him? And then lift it back over like
right.
I know, I'm ready.
If you fail, you're gonna hit him.
I'm like, oh no! 17.
It's alright. Bing! As he fires off his shot, the little crustacean soars off of you. So we'll knock that in half. So 3 damage that you take instead. So take 3 back, or 4 back. As you guys continue running along, John Quist expertly bang with his shield bunches the bunch of them away, and
Big flight over the pit then.
you guys are in a tunnel currently.
Oh, I thought we were going along the edge of the...
No, like I said, you guys actually
there.
descended into a really dark tunnel. That's why you guys have a light. Anyway, but it's funny, you read my mind.
These second act is where we fought the elemental guys.
Yeah.
The second time there was no opening into
It was. I was just, theater of the mind. You guys proceed from there, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so you guys descended into this tunnel, and you read my mind, because just up ahead, you can see a light source. And John Quinn says, we're going to have to jump it. I don't see the bridge. And sure enough, there's a little bit of a chasm up ahead. Small, but it's still got no bridge. And you can see where the bridge was, but it looks like it was just a low bridge.
You guys all switched jumping, right?
Dude, John Bush was wrong.
That's just fucking wrong.
I'll give him a gust. Last gust behind him when he jumps.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic. All right. Well,
You can do it.
he makes the roll with a 17 plus. Your bonus sends him flying. You can do it at advantage. He doesn't roll as well, I should think. 16 or 17. Either way, he leaps expertly. You give him a gusto, soaring through the air, lands on the other side without issue. You guys watch out back in the light as just hundreds of these things
Run off the edge. Lemmings.
we're just letting stop, flying off the edge. Just rivers of these dark little beasts. And as their clattering continues in the walls around you, you can feel the intense heat getting even more intense, hotter and thicker as you proceed through the tunnel, rushing as fast as you can, trying to escape all these scuttling little bastards. That was a good one, but I gotta find another one. Nest here. This is a good one.